So for this piece of fabric, I have found it's the right size. It's going to fit both pieces. But as we well know about the grain line, we really need to be cutting out the grain line. Here's the grain line, parallel to the selvage. But as you can see here, this is the selvage. And the pattern on this particular piece of fabric actually runs the opposite way to the grain line. It's actually on the cross grain. So because this is a little pattern piece and there's not much drape in it, you don't want to put it on the fabric any old how, so there's no grain line going. But remember, there's three types of grain line. There's the straight grain, the cross grain, and the bias grain. So the cross grain is the opposite way. So there's the grain line here. The cross grain is this one. So because there is a pattern, I'm going to use the pattern and the selvage to get the correct cross grain. So I'm going to fold it, as you can see. Fold it so the selvage is folding on itself like this, and I'm going to use the cross grain. So here is the cross grain, and I'm going to turn it over. I've got marks here so I can see where my grain line is, and I'm going to position it here. Now, another little tip, as you can see here, there is a center front. Now, some people might not want to have this seam along here. That's okay. You can get rid of it, and what you would do is you would put it this way, measuring that you are getting rid of the seam allowance. On the design I am making, I actually want to use that center front line, so I am going to position, and now I have it like this. I need to get a tape measure, so I'm just going to, if you have a look here, this is where I keep my tape measures. Got lots of them. I'm going to get a tape measure, and I'm going to make sure that that grain line is the same measurement at the top, and it is. I've positioned it correctly, so I'll be pinning this down and cutting it out.